I'm Sonia Leroy, Senior Wealth Advisor with Leroy Wealth Management Group. I want to discuss a topic that's near and dear to my heart, cottage succession planning. For those of us who bought or built or inherited a cottage, a place like this can mean many different things. For some, it's a second home away from home. For others, it's a retreat from regular day-to-day life. For yet others, it's a way to get closer to nature or to achieve a sense of solitude. For many, for most of us, the cottage is a place for the family to gather that we all love, often many generations at a time. As summer draws to a close and we cherish these final warm days at the lake, this is a good time to start thinking about the intergenerational future of our precious places. Inheriting a family cottage can be a wonderful experience, but without careful planning, it can also become a source of conflict and division. So, let's explore some of the key considerations for successful cottage succession planning. When it comes to cottage succession planning, family is paramount. As parents and cottage owners, our first thought is often that the kids will want to carry on with the cottage once we're gone, and that we will control it until then. But there are important factors to consider. Reflect on your changing capacities, both physically and financially. Cottage maintenance can require a significant commitment of time and money. This is a beautiful, peaceful place most of the time. But trees can fall in inconvenient places. Roofs need to be repaired. Docks can get swept away by ice, sometimes every winter. And it's not unknown for bears to break in and wreak havoc during the off-season. People too. And firewood needs to be chopped pretty much continuously if your place is anything like mine. When it comes to your children, there are several considerations to keep in mind. First, if they were the ones to become responsible for the cottage, would they even want it? Could they afford it? How close do they live to the cottage? How often would they expect to use it? What is their level of interest and preparedness for ownership in terms of time and money? If you have more than one child, their interest and capacity for cottage ownership may vary. If multiple children are interested in eventually taking over the family cottage, maybe they cannot all equally afford to do so. And even if they can, not everyone may think they should devote the time and money required to maintain it. Different people have different definitions of what fair might mean. If more than one person will succeed to owning the cottage, a sharing agreement outlining expectations, responsibilities, and a dispute resolution mechanism can be invaluable. The last thing any of us would want would be for the cottage to become a source of conflict or bitterness amongst our children. When it comes to cottage succession planning, communication is crucial. It's important to discuss and address our planned successors' expectations. Even if you have a well-documented plan, ensure that your successors understand and agree on what's coming. Transparent communication can help maintain family harmony and ensure a smooth transition. Let's not forget about taxes. Cottage transitions can result in capital gains tax, land transfer tax, and estate administration tax, probate here in Ontario. Cottages that have been in the family for decades can have significant unrealized capital gains. Without careful planning, your estate trustee may be forced to sell the property to cover these considerable tax liabilities. To avoid this scenario, there are several planning considerations and actions that you can take. Estimating the funds necessary to cover transition costs and leaving extra money to your heirs, possibly with the help of a life insurance policy to address these costs, is one way to go. Gifting the cottage to your heirs while you're still living and or placing it in a trust is another, one that can limit future growth of capital gains, and thus taxes, even defer them. A sale to children and the associated taxes owing on capital gains can be drawn out over several years, potentially making the transition more affordable for the kids and helping to make the taxes more manageable for you. Recently, Canadian households have faced a new reality of higher property ownership costs, and that includes cottage properties too. With rising interest rates, mortgage payments on primary residences and cottages have increased significantly. Moreover, inflation has led to higher maintenance expenses and repair costs for cottage owners. As a result, many cottage owners are reassessing their ability to sustain elevated payments and balance these costs with their primary residences. Some may consider renting out their cottages to offset some of these expenses or explore other options to keep the property in the family. Renting out the cottage may offer financial benefits, but it comes along with some financial hazards to consider as well. A change of use could have implications for taxes, but also for your cottage property and liability insurance. My grandmother, Lillis Leroy, a brilliant woman and a mastermind of cottage succession planning, ensured that our many branches of her family could enjoy the family tree farm that she and my grandfather built and loved for generations. By planning ahead. And my dad planned for the succession of his cottage held within this family land as well, establishing a family sharing contract which my brother and I still abide by today. My dad is our dispute arbiter, but happily he has not had to step in yet. Taxes and shared ownership agreements may not be the first things that come to mind as you step out onto the deck or onto the dock. But thinking about cottage succession planning is important and should start early, because sometimes the future can take us by surprise. And thinking about the future and taking planning steps will help ensure the people we love can continue to enjoy our special places as much as we do for years to come. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more financial planning and responsible investing content. Until next time, take care and cherish your moments and family memories at the cottage. Thank you.